was really trying her hardest to look like Whitney Houston. I never really thought about it. If she was willing to fucking sacrifice Whitney Houston so she could be a bad talk show host.
My family. It's a very emotional subject, so.
I know.
My baby. And God.
Jennifer, what does Clive mean to you?
He means everything to me. He is like music. He's such a legend and a genius, and I'm just honored to be here with him.
Thank you so much for talking with us. That was Jennifer Hudson and Clive Davis.
Y'all, Hollywood just got a whole lot messier. Jennifer Hudson is back in the headlines, but this time it's not about her talent or her talk show. Nope, it's about Jaguar Wright spilling some serious tea on her. Jaguar's out here saying Jennifer sacrificed her own family to reach the top of the industry, and now Jennifer's allegedly threatening to take Jaguar out for exposing her. This story is wild, so let's break this all the way down. Jennifer Hudson just became the latest celeb to make Jaguar Wright's hit list. Jaguar, known for exposing the dark underbelly of Hollywood, is claiming Jennifer is one of those stars who allegedly sacrificed their loved ones to gain fame and fortune. Here's why people are paying attention. Jennifer's rise to fame happened shortly after she experienced a heartbreaking tragedy, the loss of 3 close family members. Fans have always side-eyed the timing of her success, with some wondering if it was all just a little too coincidental. And if you believe Jaguar, there are no coincidences in Hollywood. She says J. Hud's career taking off right after her family's tragic passing is no accident. But it doesn't stop there, y'all. Jennifer Hudson isn't just brushing off Jaguar's claims. According to Jaguar, Jennifer has allegedly threatened to unalive her if she doesn't keep her name out of her mouth. This wouldn't be the first time Jaguar's accusations have stirred up backlash in the industry. She's been out here exposing some of the most powerful people in Hollywood, and it's no secret that she's made a lot of enemies in the process. But has that ever stopped her? Absolutely not. Jaguar even accused Jennifer of being so obsessed with Whitney Houston that she copied everything about her, from her style to her voice. But Jaguar didn't stop there. She claimed Jennifer wanted to replace Whitney so badly that she was allegedly willing to sacrifice her too.
There were times when I would look at the God and I'd go, why is this happening to me?
Wrong. Now, one thing Paul Abdul ain't that girl is singing off key.
Now, whether you believe Jaguar or not, you gotta admit it's enough to make you look at Hollywood a little differently. Of course, not everyone's buying Jaguar's claims. Some people say she's just jealous of other celebrities' success, but Jaguar's got something to say about that too. Jaguar's not here for fake praise, and she's making it clear she's got nothing to gain from exposing these secrets, except maybe her own peace of mind. If you look at pictures of Jennifer Hudson from her early days and compare them to Whitney Houston's iconic look, the resemblance becomes hard to ignore. And no, we're not talking about casual inspiration here. Jennifer didn't just take a few cues from Whitney's style. She allegedly lifted her entire aesthetic. Now, don't get it twisted. Drawing inspiration from an artist you admire is one thing, but according to Jaguar, Jennifer took it way too far. It wasn't about paying homage. It was about trying to recreate Whitney's image to boost her own career.
When I saw that audition for that movie part, I saw a depth and a range and a soulfulness that really ranks at the top level, and that's why we've been working together ever since.
But Jaguar claims the copying didn't stop at Whitney's look. Jennifer also allegedly tried to cozy up to Clive Davis, Whitney's longtime mentor, to cement her position as the next Whitney. For context, Clive discovered Whitney as a teenager and played a massive role in shaping her career. He wasn't just a music executive to Whitney, he was a powerful figure who had influence over both her professional and personal life. But Jaguar says that influence wasn't always positive.
Clive, we're here on Grammy Live right now on Grammy.com. Jennifer Hudson and Clive Davis himself. Sir, first of all, congratulations. I mean,
thanks so much. It's an exciting night.
It's so exciting.
You know, it's just memorable, you know, to see the...
Rumors have circulated for years that Clive was controlling toward Whitney, treating her more like property than a person. Allegedly, when Whitney's struggles with substances became more public, Clive started seeing her as a liability. That's when, according to conspiracy theories, Clive began plotting how to profit from her downfall. Whitney Houston's death in February 2004 2012 shocked the world, but the circumstances surrounding it have always been deeply suspicious. She was found in her bathtub at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, where she was scheduled to perform at Clive's pre-Grammy party that same night. What makes this even more unsettling is that Clive kept the party going after Whitney's body was discovered, right there in the same hotel. He claimed Whitney would have wanted us to continue, but to many it felt cold and calculated.
Of course, this is a personal thing, but the Grammys for the next night, you don't cancel. You turn an evening into a tribute.
According to Jaguar, Jennifer Hudson allegedly worked with Clive to sacrifice Whitney and take her spot as the next big thing. Clive supposedly promised Jennifer that if she helped him execute his plan, he'd make her the new Whitney Houston.
I hate what he did to Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
I hate that. That woman was everything to me.
Jaguar isn't the only one who believes Whitney knew she was about to be sacrificed. Right before her death, Whitney reportedly crashed an interview with Brandy and Clive Davis to hand Brandy a mysterious note. To this day, the contents of that note haven't been revealed, but rumors suggest it was a warning to Brandy about trusting people in the industry Jennifer and Whitney weren't best friends, but Jennifer allegedly got as close to Whitney as she could under the guise of being a fan. According to Jaguar, Jennifer wasn't just a fan. She was plotting behind the scenes with Clive to take Whitney's spot. If you thought the accusations against Jennifer Hudson couldn't get worse, brace yourself, because this next part is chilling. Jaguar Wright claims Jennifer's alleged pattern of sacrificing people for her own benefit goes far deeper and took a heartbreaking turn when it came to her own family. On October 24, 2008, tragedy struck the quiet Englewood neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Inside Jennifer Hudson's family home, the bodies of her mother, Darnell Donison, and her brother, Jason Hudson, were discovered in what police described as the aftermath of a brutal attack. But that wasn't all. Jennifer's 7-year-old nephew, Julian King, was also missing. Julian, the son of Jennifer's sister Julia Hudson, had been in the house at the time of the tragedy, but was nowhere to be found. The family held on to hope, praying he would be found alive. 3 days later, their worst fears were realized. Julian's body was discovered on Chicago's West Side, stuffed inside a parked car. An autopsy revealed the young boy had been unalived by multiple gunshot wounds, the same way as the rest of the family. The tragedy began unraveling when Julia Hudson walked into the house and found the lifeless bodies of her mother and brother. Her son's absence kicked off a frantic search, leading to the issuance of an Amber Alert as police began their investigation. Their first breakthrough came when they found the weapon used in the killings in the same park where Julian's body was discovered. The evidence led investigators to focus on one person, William Balfour, Julia Hudson's estranged husband.
Me and you, and we talking. So now I can tell my side of the story of what happened on October 24th of 2008. We heard a loud bang. The police kicked the back door open. It wasn't no resistance or none of that, because they came in full force and put me right on the ground.
Balfour was bad news from the start. His relationship with Julia was described as toxic and violent. According to family members, Balfour had a history of threats and erratic behavior, even reportedly threatening to unalive Julia during an argument. This background made him the prime suspect in the case, and authorities wasted no time digging deeper into his past and his connection to the Red Rooms. Things only got worse for William Balfour as investigators pieced together the case. His fingerprints were found on the car where young Julian's body was discovered. Adding to that, Balfour's girlfriend at the time told authorities she'd seen him with a gun that matched the murder weapon just days before the tragedy. With this mounting evidence, Balfour remained in custody until December 2008, when he was officially charged with 3 counts of first-degree redrum for the deaths of Darnell, Jason, and Julian, as well as 1 count of home invasion. Fast forward to May 2012, and the verdict was in. Balfour was convicted on all charges and sentenced to 3 life sentences plus 120 additional years. It was clear he'd never see the outside of a prison cell again.
You can understand why you were convicted, can't you?
I can understand it.
You just don't agree with it?
No. I'm never gonna agree with it.
With justice served, Jennifer Hudson had to begin the painful process of rebuilding her life after such a devastating loss. Before the tragedy, Jennifer's career was at its peak. She'd just won an Academy Award for her role in Dreamgirls and was solidifying herself as a powerhouse in the music industry. But the sudden loss of her mother, brother, and nephew shook her to her core, leaving her personal and professional life in tatters. Jennifer stepped away from the spotlight, postponing projects, cancelling appearances, and keeping a low profile to process her grief and find her footing again. As much as all the evidence and logical reasoning pointed to William Balfour, people couldn't help but notice how Jennifer Hudson's career took off after the tragic deaths of her family members. For many, the timing felt eerie, and whispers began about whether the tragedy was tied to some dark Hollywood ritual. Before the incident, Jennifer was already gaining recognition, but after the tragedy, her career trajectory seemed almost unnatural. She started racking up awards, receiving higher-level recognition, and dominating the industry in ways she hadn't before. To a lot of people, it felt like her sudden rise to superstardom didn't quite add up. Jaguar Wright, never one to hold back, has finally come out to address these long-standing rumors, and she's not mincing words. According to Jaguar, Jennifer Hudson should be investigated for allegedly sacrificing her family members for fame and fortune. Jaguar claims that Hollywood is rife with rituals and that many celebrities achieve success by making unthinkable sacrifices. In her words, Jennifer's sudden rise after such a devastating tragedy isn't a coincidence, but part of a darker, more calculated plan. Jaguar's accusations have reignited the conversation around Jennifer Hudson's past, with some fans speculating whether the tragedy was truly a case of domestic violence gone wrong, or something far more sinister. Looking back at everything going on, it's no surprise why Jennifer Hudson might allegedly be coming for Jaguar Wright. Jaguar's not just stirring the pot, she's straight up exposing Jennifer in ways that could damage her career and reputation. If what Jaguar is saying has even a shred of truth to it, the implications are massive. And for someone like J. Hud, who's worked so hard to maintain a squeaky clean public image, these allegations are the kind of heat no celebrity wants. So here's the big question. Did Jennifer Hudson's career really blow up naturally, or is there more to the story? Could Jaguar Wright's allegations about Hollywood sacrifices have some truth to them? And if so, how deep does this rabbit hole go? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And while at it, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the latest urban scoop. And don't forget to check out the next video on the end screen. We've got even more tea you don't want to miss.